All right, everybody, welcome to Miami International Airport. Pretty smooth sailing getting on over here. It's about 5 o'clock, so we got about 3 hours before our long haul here down to Buenos Aires departs. So we're just gonna kind of hang out here, probably get some food, do some plane spotting, of course. And our gate is just across the way there over at H8. We're early, obviously, so it's not up on the board, and our plane is not there yet, obviously. But it will be probably shortly. There's a random 757 just sitting over here. Not sure where he's going, but it's a good size 757 over there. But while we got some time here, I'm going to talk a little bit about the actual journey itself here that we'll be having going here for the next little bit, and what we've done so far. So we basically drove up to Indianapolis, which took about 3 hours, and then stayed overnight at my parents' house there, and then they took us out to the airport this morning after we went to church and all that stuff. And then our first flight was Indianapolis to Tampa, quick layover in Tampa, and then Tampa with a quick hop, about 35 minutes or so down here to Fort Lauderdale. And that Indy to Tampa flight was about 2 hours. And then from Lauderdale, we picked up our bags, all smooth sailing there as well. And then got about a 30 or 35 minute cab ride from that airport on over to Miami here. And then we're going to be hanging out here for a bit, and then we'll be boarding the longest flight of the journey, of the 4-leg journey down to Ushuaia tonight on a beautiful A340. It's going to be awesome. I've never flown on an A340 yet. It's a wide body single deck, wide body 2 aisle. I think the seat layout is a 242. So, and we got the 2 on the side, so we won't have to climb over anybody. So that'll be really awesome. So we'll be flying on that about 8.5 to 9 hours, and around on the A340 down to Buenos Aires. And then guess what we get to do again in Buenos Aires? We switch airports yet again. When we get down there, we fly into EZE. Luckily, we've got about 8 hours layover in Buenos Aires, so we'll have plenty of time. So we'll be landing in EZE tomorrow morning around 7 their time. And then we'll get a cab. We'll pick up our bags and go through customs, get our passport stamped and everything. And then get a cab ride from there on over to AEP, the other major airport of Buenos Aires. And that's where we're going to catch the flight. So I think it's a 3:55 out of that Buenos Aires airport on down to Ushuaia, which will be the final destination before for the cruise and all that. We go out on the cruise ship on Tuesday. So when we land in Ushuaia, we'll take a cab from the Ushuaia airport to the hotel, which I think is like 10 minutes. Ushuaia is pretty small. So that's our journey. About 36 hours altogether. In fact, let's take a look. Here's my phone. I had to start at the stopwatch and everything on here. Clock. Let's see. Yep, there's our travel time. I started this about 20 minutes after we left, so add another 20 minutes onto this. So we've basically about hit 9 hours of travel time so far out of the 36. So yeah, we got a ways to go. We finally made it to Miami, the gateway to South America. And then this time tomorrow, plus about 3 hours, but 27 hours to go, we'll be arriving into Ushuaia, which is the gateway to the Antarctic. So we made it to one of the gateway cities.
We are by the runway.
Yeah, it's the runway over that way. It's getting kind of overcast here in Miami. But yeah, it's just like in Fort Lauderdale, but obviously these two cities are right next to each other, so yeah, the weather's going to be pretty similar.
There's American Airlines Eddie Betty coming in, and right behind it there's what looks to be a 767.
Oh yeah, a lot of big birds coming in out of Miami.
Little twinkling lights out there.
Oh yeah.
We're setting on the domestic runway because we just missed an Lufthansa A380.
Yeah, Air France says A380s are coming in and out of here too. We're actually in the same terminal as Air France. We might have to take a walk down there and see if we can find some. Probably going out to Paris. But yeah, that's our long journey down, 36 hours or so. Right now we're sitting at around 23 degrees north off the equator, and we're going all the way down to 55 degrees south off the equator. Started at 40 degrees north this morning, but we've reached the bottom of the North American continent. Still got to travel all over all over Central America and the Caribbean and all that, and then all the whole length of South America. So it's a journey, folks, but I love this stuff. It's going to be awesome. And then when we get on the Antarctic cruise, the journey south will continue even further. I think we get as far south as 64 degrees south of the equator, where you're pretty much pushing 24-hour daylight at that point, that time of year for them. So other than that...
It's another 767.
Over there? Angie's spotting this 767.
There's 2 of them.
Just over the building there. Oh, and there is my boarding pass for the Miami to Buenos Aires leg. We're going to be in row 45, which is the 45G and H, I believe, which is the 2 on the side. And then here is my passports. Angie got me the cool case.
Yes, because I love you.
I always love you. Yes. Yes. Yeah, there is all that stuff. So, nice extra thick passport with all the extra pages. But anyways, folks, here, welcome to beautiful Miami International Airport. I've actually never flown in or out of this airport either, so new airport credit for me and Angie. Flown in and out of Fort Lauderdale many times, but not Miami, so pretty cool. Other than that, we'll see everybody here in a little bit. We are flying all through the night, folks. Landing in Buenos Aires tomorrow morning. Oh yeah.